Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you perking good. So, this has been under request for a long time, and I've been intimidated to do it because the YouTubes don't like you talking about shit like this. But I figured, you know what? Let's dive in. I'm interested. Other people are interested. Let's give it a shot and see if we might be able to tiptoe around political conspiracies in such a way that we can actually get this out there. So if you're seeing this on the channel, it means the video made it. It was allowed. Thank the Lord, and we're gonna move forward with this. So I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos we take a look at the tea with the tarot. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna get some answers about these political conspiracies and if they are fact or myth, real or lies. We're going to find out. We are fixing to find out. So I put a poll out on my community tab, and I got 38 comments from people. If you're wanting to know exactly which ones we're going to cover here today, I got 38 comments from people. And within that, there were some people that put so many different types of questions that, let me show you this as an example. You see that? Look how many questions you think are there. You look how many questions you think are there. I believe that was Be Free that put all of those. BRIIFR or something like that. Or BFRII. That's it. That's how you said it. That's how your name was spelled. Thank you for all of those. So there's a lot of people who put questions within questions within questions. So obviously, we're not going to be able to get to all of them in today's video, but if today's video plays nice and goes up on the channel and doesn't get taken down or any kind of weird flags or any kind of bullshit like that, then this will be considered a part 1. And we will continue to do a part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, as many as we need to. We might end up with a playlist of myth or real videos here. And not all the questions are political. I just chose today's theme of the ones that I wrote down on my sticky note. I just chose today's theme to be political, but there's a lot of questions on here that are not political, that are still conspiratorial. So we will still be looking into those at a later date. Fingers crossed, God willing, if the creek don't rise. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let me pull up the cards over here and move this microphone right here. Penelope in her lovely blues trying to help me out. She's matching some of the blues in my shirt. Love you, mean it. Mwah. I love this shirt. I know I'm the weird one that makes merch and then wears it myself because that's supposed to be cringe. You're not supposed to wear your own merch. But I'm like, but I like it. And so, whatever. I'll be cringe. Fuck it. All right. So as I get shuffled up here, the questions that I chose today from the lists that y'all sent in. Again, thank you very much for the recommendations, the suggestions, the thoughts, the ideas. This channel runs almost exclusively on recommendations and suggestions here. Sometimes I'll have a wild hair up my ass to do something that I'm thinking about that nobody else asked me to do. But for the most part, I'm doing things people asked. Oh, if y'all see that on my hand, I was just playing around with like little dots to be like, ooh, for Halloween, I could do makeup and I could do little dots and stuff. And I forgot to wash my hands before doing this. So, whoops. Oh, Jesus. So the questions as I'm shuffling up here, were that I'm going to cover today was C19, the Rona. I'm going to be using a lot of coded speech today so that I can try to get this up and so that the YouTubes will keep it up. Was C19 a manufactured crisis or an accident? And if it was not an accident, then what the hell was going on all around that? So the people who asked this, again, the Be Free was one of them. So BFRII, thank you for your suggestion. Shout out to you. And Rebecca Rankin, shout out to you. So these are questions that y'all asked. The second set of questions that a lot of people asked, I tried to consolidate. If people kind of thematically had similar questions, I tried to kind of lump them together so that I could, do a 2 for 3 for 4 for whatever you want to call it. So this synthesized question I have written down: are some powerful leaders around the world lizard people? Are they lizard people? People like the Queen or Hillary Clinton, I have written down here, people were asking. And people also said, if not lizard people, what about clones? People are asking about that. So all the people that kind of asked about lizard stuff or clone stuff, shout out to y'all. Our Northern Nest, Bree, Joellen Sheets, Angie C, and Court D. So shout out to all of y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. I've consolidated your questions down into that little category. So that's another thing we're going to be looking into today. With any of these things, we're just looking for the hell of it, for the fun of it. This is all alleged, just my interpretation, okay? It just because I'm looking into these things doesn't mean that I already have some preconceived notion that I am a diehard believer of these things, or that I'm a diehard refuter of these things. I've had so much crazy shit, good and bad, happen in my lifetime. I'm 35 years old, that I don't put anything past anyone or anything. I basically believe anything is possible, and anything could also not be possible. I just have a very open mind about stuff, either way, because of experiences that I've gone through that made me learn I have to be open-minded. And so that's what I'm going into the cards. I'm trying to be as neutral as I can today as I'm reading this. So just for your own information, trying to come in here as neutral as I can, trying to just have a curious, open mind and see the answers that I receive to these questions. If I receive answers that you do not like or do not agree with, that is okay. Please still be kind in the comments to me, to the reading, and to all your fellow commenters and viewers on the channel. The reason why we're able to do touchy, sensitive videos like this is because we all play well together in the sandbox. So as long as we're all continuing to play well together in the sandbox, I see no reason why we can't finagle a way to get these kind of readings out there, because a lot of people want these answers and they feel like they can't talk about it on public spaces because, again, you get blocked, you get booted, things get taken down. And I'm already going to have to code this to the point that people who aren't a part of the channel are probably not going to be able to see this, because I'm not going to have, this specific language in titles or tags or descriptions, because that would probably result in getting my video taken down with a quickness. So please do share on all your platforms, so that if there's anything here that you feel like other people would be interested in seeing, you're able to write that on your platforms, even if I might not be able to put it in video descriptions and tags and titles and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started on this. And let's start with the first question, why don't we? Again, all of that, just my interpretation, okay? Okay, and take in mind, I've got proof playlists. I've got a real good track record here. So if you believe me to be able to accurately predict all those other things that keep coming true in all my other videos, then I would ask you to have an open mind that whatever comes up here may also be a part of that good track record and may also be something that could be true. So, you know, if you buy what I'm putting out there for all the other videos and you see those coming true, then have an open mind that whether or not we're able to ever see this stuff come true, that you might take the card's word for it type of thing. But I'll allege it's just my interpretation. How many disclaimers do you need for this? You need a lot. I apologize. You need a fucking lot. So, especially because this is part 1. Ooh, okay, we'll take that one on top. This is part 1 of what we're doing. Oh, okay, you flip. Let's take you. So, since this is part 1 of what we're doing, we just have to lay down the law, lay down the ground rules, the agreements, all of that to make sure we're on the same page so this can work out. All right, so that first question, again, was C19 a manufactured crisis or an accident? And any follow-up questions that might be necessary with that. So, spirit guides, whatever we're allowed to know, whatever we are permitted to see here, please give us insights that we are allowed to see. Okay, so do I want any context on any of this? I'll get a context card over here. Interesting, context card over there. Well, alrighty then. This actually reminds me of another video I kind of did on this way back in the day. I want to say 2 years ago when all this kind of first came down the pipeline. I did a video more or less on this. Can't exactly remember, you know, all the details of it, but it's out there, unless YouTube took that down. And I feel like it was going in this direction. So from what I'm seeing here, from what I'm looking at here, the 7 of Wands here is a card where people are trying to set their ground, trying to set their space, trying to fight for something, push for something, be proactive for something that they want. But the Hangman here in reverse is something that's like over a long period of time, And I don't even have to tell you, this is a damn money card. This is like big cha-ching over here. And so it's very interesting that starting out the gate, right out the gate, I'm not seeing anything here that looks like, you know, natural, nature, animals, wet markets, etc. Right out the gate, I'm seeing the kind of stuff here that's setting the scene to talk about people who are working to carve out their certain space, being proactive to do something that they enjoy doing, passionate about doing, and wands are often career cards. This is about something that was a long time coming or took a long time or has been happening over a long time and a lot of money attached to it. So already this is setting the scene that we're talking about labs or things like that, things where people can make stuff. Now, that might talk about being manufactured, but that doesn't necessarily mean that something happened with intention or something happened because of some sort of evil maniacal plan or something like that. That doesn't automatically say that. So let's keep looking and we'll figure out what we're seeing from there, okay? By the way, this might be a good point to say, channel mods, if you're a channel moderator, you are able to hide / put for review / delete, whatever it is, comments that are incredibly out of line. If people are just disagreeing, arguing, you know, still having some semblance of politeness towards each other and civility, that's fine. But if anything gets like incredibly out of line, and you know from my channel, if you're a moderator, you know my style and you know what I tend to allow and not allow and stuff like that. Use your discretion based on that of if you think something is needs to be pushed towards my review or something so that we can see if it's an appropriate or inappropriate comment. So I'm just throwing that out there to the mods. Y'all have that capability and y'all are permitted to use it. But hopefully everybody, again, will play well in the sandbox with each other and we won't have anything too rude or horrible. But down here, this is my get in, get out. This is my fastest knight in the deck. He does things quick. He's, like I said, in and out, boom. For me to get this feels like, whoops, the horse is out the stable, fuck. And so now this is starting to feel a bit accidental to me. This feels very intentional. This feels accidental. Okay, so it feels like having the thing, manufacturing the thing, working on the thing for a very long time, being paid money for it or making money for it one way or the other was very intentional. But then this whoops-a-daisy, something out fast, does not look intentional. So to me, from what I'm seeing, this looks like oh fuck, somebody put a lid on that. The reason why I say that is because this knight here, this is the fastest knight in the deck, this is the slowest knight in the deck, this is the knight that's like, I'm trying my best to get my ducks in a row. And with the Hermit card, that's like, draw inward, withdraw, shh. So this to me looks like, oh fuck, cat's out of the bag, horse is out of the stable, can't get that horse back in because he's already eating flowers in the meadow, happy as hell, and this over here is like, I'm trying to get my ducks in a row, shh, keep it quiet, deny type of thing. And this is like working on something, but it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. And now you lost out, you're iced out, and the money that was up here is not continuing down here. So this is kind of like you are getting hit with, how do I put it? Consequences is the best word I can think of. You're being hit with consequences of what you did, and not just consequences as in now we have sickness and illness and disease spreading and now people are losing confidence with you, or you should be embarrassed or whatever. None of those things. Consequences as in financial, fiscal consequences, and I haven't looked into those theories or whatever, so I don't know what fiscal financial consequences there could be for these people that were doing this type of work up here. I'm not sure what that is, but I am definitely seeing consequences financially. Like, oh, now that you did this, you're losing funding, or now that you did this, we don't want to pay you for such and such, because if we pay you that, then people will know that we're attached to you in some kind of way, or there's some kind of something like that that's like, okay, now on a tangible level, physical level, that's done deal, separate, you're cut off, etc. Like something like that. So in terms of the question, I'm not seeing something that looks like, from what I can tell here, some kind of, again, evil, sadistic, planned out scenario. But I do see that this was a very intentional manufacturing here. And then I see oh shit, get our ducks in a row, pull in, shush, cover up, deny, things not working out the way to plan, consequences happening in a way that could really destroy livelihoods. So there's mistakes were made here. Major fuck ups were made here, from what I can tell. Now, is it possible that maybe one rogue person up here had bad intentions and they're the ones that whoopsie daisy leaked something? That could be possible, but I'm talking about the quote unquote organization, institution, thing as a whole. There was not some sort of, uniform, unanimous decision that this would happen. This was blindsiding to most of the people that were here, if not all of the people. So just throwing that out there. Again, just all alleged, just my interpretation, okay? All alleged, just my interpretation. All right? Since it doesn't look like there's, any huge thought out crazy plans in place from this that I can see here, I'm going to pull these up and go to the next questions that I have in here. And those might take us a minute because that's like a 2 or 3 part question there. And I'm already 20 minutes into this video. Oh, hell. Okay, so let's get shuffled up here. And as we're shuffling up, I do want to remind everyone that we have a Perk Squad here for channel members. If you'd like to be a member of the Perk Squad, we do a lot of stuff like extended videos, people's own videos. We do posts and weekly forecasts, and you got a lot of emojis, and you've got your own Penelope and all of this stuff. And of course, video shout outs. So shout out to Huang Vu, shout out to you, and thank you for being a member of the Perk Squad. And I hope that I pronounced your name correctly. I know you taught me once before in the past on a live stream, and I tried to remember it. And so hopefully I remembered it right, and I did my best here. Shout out to you, and thank you for being a very loyal member of the Perk Squad. You always have something juicy to say in the comments, and I appreciate it. So, here we go. Looking into the next question. Are some powerful people, like powerful leaders, people like the Queen, may she rest in peace, Hillary Clinton, I think somebody said the president, like President Joe Biden and things like that, are any of these people, hold on, I gotta see, lizard people or clones? That's very interesting. Okay, did y'all hear that, motor vehicle? They apparently wanted to weigh in on this. So, is that a thing, or are we looking at a thing here? Lizard people or clones, or whatever? Like, is this a thing? From what I can tell, and again, all alleged, just my interpretation. From what I can tell. Okay, so do I want any context on this? A context card over here. And a context card over here. Well, this is a very interesting way to answer this question. You know how when you ask a question and then you end up with an answer that's like, I'm not going to tell you a specific yes or no to your question. I'm going to explain something about this to you. And now you probably have more questions than you started off with. That's where this is going. I wasn't expecting this, to say the least. I'm not sure what I expected, honestly, but I certainly wasn't expecting this. So before I get into this, let me just say that I've just now decided I'm going to write down anywhere over social media where I might have accounts, like on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Please go down there, find my handles for those places. If you are on any of those platforms, please follow me there. I am not very active on those places right now. I am active here on YouTube, not as active on those places there. However, just in case anything were to happen to my channel, y'all would have other places to access me and hear the plans for, how I'll be able to reach y'all and provide, readings to y'all and stuff like that. So I will put those in the description box. Please follow me at all those places that you have an account with, for just in case. And know that my website is BeasTalksAndTarot.com and my email is BeasTalksAndTarot@gmail.com, so that there are other places you can reach me just in case. So, putting that out there. What I'm seeing here, I am not seeing something here that makes me feel like this is a clear-cut yes to the question that there are powerful leaders on this planet that are quote-unquote lizard people or clones. I'm feeling like out the gate, those questions worded the way they are, that the answer would be no. I've got this conflict card as the very first card that comes out, which is usually a no type of indicating card. However, they didn't stop there at a no. They decided to go on and give me all this shit. Not calling you shit, spirit guides, thank you, and I love you. So, putting this out there. What they are saying is that there are leaders that are, how do I put this? That are of like kind. They are connected in some sort of a way. And the way that they are connected, y'all who've watched my readings on my channels for a long time, y'all know the stars, the star card, something in the stars, does usually mean something divine, something out of this world, could mean spiritually, could mean like aliens, could mean things like that are quote unquote out of this world, out of this particular realm. So it does seem like for, I don't know who exactly, but for some people who are leaders, that they do have some sort of a connection that is quote unquote out of this world. Now again, that can mean that there's a spiritual thing going on that connects them in some spiritual way. It could mean that there's an astrological way that connects these people some type of way. Maybe they have very similar birth charts for very important reasons or something like that astrologically. Or it could mean as far out there as to say that there could be some sort of an extraterrestrial type of influence or something like that that threads some of these people together some kind of a way. But remember, they gave a no for those first two questions as stated. So, as they continue to unfold this, they're showing over here. It's interesting that the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, which is to say that not everything that they do is, how do I put this, of their own volition completely. So when I say that, I mean we all have free will. They have free will as well. But we can be influenced by things. And so we can, with our own free will choice, choose to do or say certain things, but that we got influenced by something that was, talking in our ear. So what that is to say is that somehow, some way, some of these leaders are influenced by this magician card. This is some person, some spiritual entity, some astrological energy, some, whatever that has power. And in the tarot, there's wands, there's cups, there's pentacles, there's swords. The magician has access to all of them because the magician is able to take all these pieces and parts and is able to pull them all together and manifest it in whatever way that they want to do. They are the alchemical I guess magician, but there's another word that I was thinking of. It went away. I wonder why it went away. Could just be my brain. But they are a master of alchemy. They are able to put all of this into the physical from all of these different components. And so it looks like there are whatever, again, whether it's powerful spiritual entities, whether it's powerful, astrological energy that is sentient or divine in some kind of a way, that it's able to influence these leaders and what they choose. We all know with us, we might make free will decisions, but we might make a decision and say, well, my friend talked me into it, or, well, my mom really wanted it to go this way, and I feel, I feel like her approval is very close to me, very important to me. So I have to do what's going to gain my mom's approval, or something like that. Or, oh, my husband really didn't want me to, and so that's why I didn't. We can make our own free will decisions, but because we were influenced by someone else, and there's something like that going on here. So I don't see that they're quote unquote lizard people, some of these folks, or that they are clones, but I do see some sort of a supernatural influence, if we want to call it that. Use that word very loosely and lightly. I'm really having a hard time choosing the right words here, because this is so, one, unexpected for me, two, abstract. So it's unsure what this is. We may not even know what this is. Here we are incarnated on this earth, doing the best we can with what we understand, but we know that there's so much out there beyond what we are even capable of understanding. So this could be some sort of, unseen force or something like that we don't even understand yet. It's possible that we won't know what that is or what the answers are until we're gone or something like that. So big, I don't know on that. I'm describing it the best way I can describe it, but I don't know what that is. So what I'm seeing down here is whatever that is, it helps them to communicate in whatever ways that there's expression of it wanting things to communicate, and it helps them to bear big burdens, bear big loads, and have those things be successful and come to fruition. And it's able to give them that happily ever after, basically, that all the things that they kind of wanted to manifest or make happen, because it's got that kind of power behind it. So as an example of something that would be utterly benign, but let's say somebody's natal chart in astrology is such that somebody who's an astrologer could read it and be like, this person is just born to be a leader. I just see it all in their chart. They're really meant to be a leader. They have good fortune. Here's the houses where they'll struggle or whatever, but all of these show that they're going to be powerful leader. And then they are, because that force pushed them to be that way, influenced them to be that way by virtue of the stars. That's the most probably innocuous way, there you go, I'm making up words here, that this could probably be done, the most benign way that this could probably be interpreted. But this could be interpreted in bigger ways as well, such as if there are spirits, whether they are positive or negative, that somehow decide, let me attach myself to this person because I feel like I can, get in their heads a little bit and make them decide things that I want them to decide. Not like a possession per se, but an attachment. That's a possibility. And that kind of ups the ante a little bit. And then, like I said, it's possible that sometimes this stands for my extraterrestrial type of card. It's possible that there could be something out there that is more advanced than us that is able to somehow influence some of these people's decision making. So, just pushing my luck here. And again, all I let just my interpretation. just pushing my luck here. I just want to see if we might be able to know if it happens to be one of those three things, or if it's a mishmash of those three things altogether, or if it's something else that's not even those things and we just don't know what it is. And so that's that. It's something that's unknown to us. I just kind of want to see if we can get any last little bit of clarity on that. And as I'm saying that, I know there's no way to prove this, but as I'm saying that, I'm getting that like tinnitus or tinnitus or however you say it in this ear, that kind of sound in this is my left ear. So bizarre timing for that. Don't know if that's significant, but bizarre timing for that. So let's just see. Let's see. One card on astrological type of stuff. Okay, this one fell out. One card on spiritual type of stuff and influence, spiritual entities or anything like that. Okay. And one card on ET type influence or anything like that. Okay. And then again, one card on any other thing that we just don't have a concept or understanding of, or at least that I don't, so that I have no way to voice that, and maybe other people don't as well. Okay, so from what this looks like, it doesn't appear to be that fourth unknown thing. It does not appear to be some fourth unknown thing. So then what we're working with are these three that we already listed off. It doesn't appear to be something ET related. I'm not seeing some kind of a thing that feels super alien, because if it came up like this, I might be more open to that, because this is the moon card. The moon is located among the stars, but we've got it in the reverse. And so I'm not as inclined to blame it on ETs, put it on, aliens or anything like that. However, it was very interesting to see these two cards right here. This being the kind of astrological type of way in, and the High Priestess being a very much like spiritual, higher self, that kind of a thing. So that fits very much in line with astrological purposes. And when I asked about spiritual stuff, it's pretty salient to get the Devil card, but get it in reverse. So getting it in reverse, meaning they're not trapped to this. They're not stuck to this. They're not tied to this. It's not, again, like I said earlier, not like possession. Remember when I said that? It's like that. They're saying they're not possessed by something or whatever. It's not like that kind of a, demonic tie or whatever, but that there is some sort of influence, connection, attachment, cords, relationship, etc. And they may not even be aware of it. They may have no awareness of this whatsoever. And I don't even know which leaders this applies to. I know people, again, wrote down the Queen, who recently passed, Hillary Clinton, and President Joe Biden. But there could be other people, they were saying, like these people, but the questions were worded such that they were thinking other big leaders other than those three that they were asking, and curious if this applied to them as well. So we left that pretty open-ended here. So whichever leaders, I don't know if this applies to all of them or just some of them, but it does look like we're getting some sort of an astrologic, energetic, sentient, divine type of influence there, and also a spiritual entity, connection, cord, attachment influence there. That there's some kind of a combination there that seems to be playing out to influence the free will decision making of some leaders. That's what I'm seeing here. but no, at least from here, no on the quote-unquote lizard people or clones. But that there's something weird here. Okay? So that's what I'm getting on this one. Whew, these are a lot. Like I said, I'm going to have to put this up in some kind of a very like bland blah way where people kind of can't even really tell what the video is about by the title and the tags and the description because I don't want this to get taken down. I want to try my luck and see if this can get aired on the channel. So I'm going to try to do that, try my luck at that. Again, if you're seeing this, it worked. I can always try to put it on the Perk Squad demonetized in the future. If I do one and it does happen to get taken down, then I can always try to re-upload it and put it that way and see if I can get away with it, and it might work. Otherwise, I would either have to stop doing it or open up a Patreon or something like that. But so far, this is our test. This is putting this out there to see what can happen. So if you'd like a private reading with me, then my website again is BeasTalksAndTarot.com. And I also do Reiki Energy Healing for anybody that needs a cleansing, clearing, tune up, figure out if there's any blockages and how to clear them away and all of that kind of stuff. I do Reiki Energy Healings. I also do life coaching for anybody that's like, I'm stressed out, I'm dissatisfied, I feel stuck, just help. Then I do that. And then I also do tarot tutoring for anybody that wants to be able to read the cards the way I read the cards. And we can start wherever you're at. So if you're interested in any of those things, my website, BeasTalksAndTarot.com. And I'm going to count this as part one, our part one installment of what I hope to become a series. Like I said, I got a lot of great questions, combined several of them. There's so many more questions on there that I could keep picking and choosing. And I'm sure some of y'all in the comments here will write some more of your questions. And that's cool too. So maybe we could make this a thing. We shall see. We shall see. But anywho, y'all, I've been talking, jaw-jacking here for almost 45 damn minutes. Ain't nobody gonna be able to watch this. Share the video to whoever, all your socials and things like that. Spread it out there because the algorithm is not going to. I assure you that. And thank you in advance for doing that. And don't know if this will make a difference, but at the time of filming this, it is 2:53 p.m. on Saturday. What day is this? October 15th. So, in case that ends up making any difference in the world. So, anywho, y'all, don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye. Love you, mean it. Bye. Love you, mean it. Bye, y'all. New toy. New toy. New toy. Body. Be careful with your neck. Okay, we don't need to thrash so much. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this toy. Give me this toy. Give me this toy. You found a squeaker. You found a squeaker. Yes, you did. Look at that little tail. Yeah, you did. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Yeah, you like your new lamb chop? You do? You do? He's still holding it. You love your lamb chop? Give me this lamb chop. Give me. Give me. Give me. I don't tug on it because tug of war is bad for his C6, so we can't tug on it because of his little spinal thing, but we could pretend. Gimme, 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 gimme this toy. Gimme, gimme. He's so happy. You're happy about your new toy. Look how cute you are, Bodie. Oh, he wants to go bury it somewhere.
Can you think about that? Like,
yeah, he's like, Daddy, can I bury it? I want to bury it. Bless your, bless your heart. Go bury it. Well, just put him down. He's looking at this tail. Uh-oh. Go get him before he's fast and loose. Lord.